This looks like a picture of a happy family. Instead, we are at the eve of a tragic drama.
Tommaso Tomasi, Italian newspaperman, witnessed the accident.
Yes, I criticized Monza when I knew it was dangerous to race there. They have now modified the track after that bad accident. And I would say that Monza now possesses all that's necessary for a modern motor racing track.
For years, the safety of the Monza track was questioned, and Peterson's death reopened the argument. Taking advantage of this, the British opted for Imola. But on the morning of September 9th, 1978, the climate had changed. Mario Andretti was already tasting his first world title.
Here's the breakdown of the accident. Hans McLaren bumps Peterson. The Swede's Lotus is about to hit the guardrail. After hitting it at a speed of about 200 kilometers an hour, it catches fire. The car bounces to the center of the track, and the resulting pileup involves 10 other cars. The grand jury of drivers will later accuse Patrese of causing it.
Riccardo Patrese's responsibility will never be proven. He paid because of his youth, his impetuousness.
Hans Stuck is in a state of shock and collapses behind the guardrail.
Here is the accident seen from another viewpoint. Notice how Hunt runs to the aid of Peterson.
In an instant, the fiesta becomes dramatic, then turns tragic.
Ronnie Peterson, the Swede with the face of a movie star, married to Barbro, the only girl in his life. They had one child, Nina. He was idolized by the crowd because everyone considered him the fastest driver in the world. But like Sterling Moss, he was never able to become world champion.
Newsmen, photographers, mechanics, and track workers rushed toward the scene of the accident. A race which lasted little more than a minute. Then, a horrible crash involving 11 cars. Here, the police move in, brandishing clubs as if they were putting down a riot.
James Hunt rushes to the aid of Ronnie Peterson. A very courageous act which recalls that of David Parley back in 1973, when he tried to save his friend Roger Williamson from burning to death. Ronnie Peterson is lying on the ground. His instinct, identical to that of Niki Lauda when he was pulled from the flames at Nürburgring, is to look at his hand. For him, that lacerated hand represents life. Vittorio Brambilla is the other victim of that terrible Sunday in September. Even the firemen helped the stretcher bearers. It is an act of pity. Ronnie Peterson is completely conscious and is carried away on a stretcher. He will be taken to a hospital in a helicopter. No one worries about him. They say he suffered only a broken leg.
Vittorio Brambilla seems to be the most seriously injured.
Even if the acrobats fall, the circus must go on. The crowd must be satisfied. They paid for their tickets, didn't they? Clay Rigazzoni upbraids Dr. Wilkins, the Formula One medic, and tells him to do his duty. Clay's gestures are eloquent.
The officials arrive on the scene.
Bernie Ecclestone is quaking. This is an ugly moment.
Andretti and Chapman try to reconstruct what happened.
When Clay sees Bernie Ecclestone, he is overcome with anger. For a race driver of the old school, the present management of Grand Prix competition is hard to swallow.
Niki Lauda is surrounded by newsmen. He answers in monosyllables. Perhaps the flames on the track remind him of the Holocaust at Nürburgring.
For me, the Monza accident, and I wasn't yet driving in Formula One then, was a great shock. Because it's a reminder that death is there waiting for you. It's always right behind you. It's just a breath away. I'll never be able to forget it.
Time passes. Is Ronnie Peterson forgotten? We hope not. But life goes on.